This is insane. I can't believe I just made that. Ready to start your own Etsy business and make some extra income? Well, follow these 4 simple steps to create beautiful and unique wall art using Midjourney, and you can generate thousands of dollars every single month. We'll be breaking it down into 4 simple steps that anyone can follow, even if you're a complete beginner. Our first step is to do some simple product research. We'll be using eRank and Google Keyword Discovery to find popular designs and keywords related to wall art that aren't already oversaturated on Etsy. Step 2. Generate your image with Midjourney. Its powerful tools and endless variations make it easy to create art that stands out. Our next and third step is to resize the images that we've created to different ratios using Figma. This is a free and easy to use website. Step 4, we'll be creating eye-catching mockups again with Midjourney to showcase your art in a variety of different settings. So make sure you watch the full video and follow step by step so you can create your own Etsy listings and make thousands of dollars every single month. So to begin, it's good to browse Etsy to get an idea of different designs that are currently selling. Etsy shows that the most common buyer on Etsy is females aged between 18 and 35. We'll be using ChatGPT to generate ideas that would appeal to that market. Now there was lots of options, but I decided to choose minimalist botanical prints. Now in eRank, we'll search the design and try and find a keyword that doesn't have too much competition and good search volume. Here I found daffodil watercolor. Now we'll verify it in Google Keywords, and I'm going to put in a variation here. I'm going to search, and browsing through we can see that there's a high search volume and an upward trend in search volume also. Now if we go actually into Etsy, I can search a keyword and I can see that it's actually less than 2,000 for daffodil watercolors. So I know this is a great and trending design that doesn't have too much competition. Now it's time to set up Midjourney. Now to use Midjourney, we need to first download Discord, which you might already have, and then join the Midjourney Discord server via their website. Just click the join the beta and you'll get access to the Discord server. Just keep in mind that in order to sell any of your images that you have generated, you do need a commercial license. So on Midjourney, there's different subscription plans that you can choose from $10, $30 or $60 a month. But as long as you've got a general commercial terms from $10 per month, you'll be able to sell the art that you create. Now, if you want to actually create your own Discord server with Midjourney in it, just go to the newbie server, find the Midjourney bot, left click on it, and then click add to server. And then just add it to your own server and press continue. To begin, just type in /imagine and the prompt key will come up. You then just have to describe what you want the AI to generate. So type in what you want to create. I've written in daffodil watercolor and let's see what it creates. So Midjourney has generated these 4 images here. My favorite is the top left corner. Now Midjourney gives you the option to upscale one image or create variations of the image as well. So by clicking U1, it will upscale the top left corner. If you prefer the bottom right, you can click U4 and that will be number 4. What I've clicked here is V1 to create 4 variations of the daffodil. Now these actually just look much the same, however you might get a different result. So Midjourney has created our wall art. However, if you look closely, Midjourney has created some weird text effect or signature in the bottom corner. So let's get rid of that. So to do that, we'll be using Photopea, which is a free website, which is basically just Photoshop. Drag your picture into the home page and load up the image. So once you have your image loaded on Photopea, we can now do some touching up. Now we won't be doing too much here, however we just want to get rid of this tool here. So to touch this up, we'll be using the rectangle tool on the left hand side here. Click the rectangle select tool and just go down to the area you want to correct, draw a box over it, then go to edit, fill, and change the fill to content aware. Then click OK. What this tool will do is effectively fill this in with the content around it and get rid of the inner contents. It might take a second, but just like that, it's gone. We can now just save this by going to File, Export As, and choose JPEG. Now we'll be using Figma. So just go to figma.com, create your account, and then log in. Now, once you're logged in, just go and click New Design File, and here you have your blank canvas. Now I imported this table, which I found online to help me with different aspect ratios and sizes. To begin, If you push F, you can drag and create a frame, and you can see there on the right hand side the width and the height of the frame. Figma uses pixels, and as you can see in this table, I've got it in inches. And what I'll be doing is trying to make one of the bigger sizes of each frame below. So what we want to do is convert the inches into pixels so that we know the correct pixel width and height to input for each frame. Now to do that, click the top left corner and go down to plugins and click find more plugins. Now type in unit converter and you can just click this and run. A pop-up will turn up, and all you need to do now is input the inches of each of the ratios, try go for a bigger size, and then convert it into pixels. Just copy the pixel value and input into the height or the width, depending on which one. You'll see now that the frame has changed size, and actually it's a lot bigger than my table. So I'm going to scroll this out and just make my table a lot bigger. Now I'll press F again, create a brand new frame, and let's do it for this ratio here. I'll input the inches, copy the pixels, and paste it back into the frame width and height one more time for this next aspect ratio. We've now created 3 frames, and it's now time to import our images. So just drag your image into the canvas and now try and position it into the frame. You'll notice that it snaps into the frame when you drag it on, and the outskirts of the actual image will not show outside the frame. Using the snapping tool, just make sure it's nice and centered, and if it doesn't fully fit the frame, just obviously scale it up and drag it up to make sure that you can't see any blank parts of the frame. Now if I click Ctrl D, I can duplicate the actual image that I imported, and now what I can do is drag that image into the next frame. Again, using the snapping tool, make sure it's in the center, and again using the corner and holding shift, you can drag it to fill the shape of the frame. If we do it one more time for the third frame, what we'll notice here is there's white bars to the edge that we need to get rid of. By clicking the frame and using the eyedropper tool, I can fill the white bars with the exact same color of my image. Now it's time to export our frames. Now if you're selling wall art, it has to be at 300 dpi, which is basically the resolution of the image. The default image that we have is 72, made by Midjourney. So we need to upscale and improve the resolution of these images to make it 300 dpi. So by highlighting wall and then going to the bottom right corner to export images, if the resolution is 72 just now, if we can upscale it by 4.17, that will change it to 300 dpi. So just click export, it'll take a second to load, and you can see the files you've created here. So these look great. You'll see there's different aspect ratios now, just depending on the frame that you've exported. But if we go to the properties of these images, you'll see now that the resolution is at 300 dpi, just what we wanted. Now it's back to Midjourney to create frame mockups. With a good prompt, you'll be able to create stylized and eye-catching mockups, and we can use these as our Etsy listings. In this example here, again, I've got some strange writing in my frame, so by using the content aware tool once again, just drag the rectangle and fill out those strange letters. Now just by importing your image, you can replace it onto the frame to create a realistic mockup. If you want a full tutorial on how to create a realistic mockup like this, then just let me know in the comments. But just like that, guys, we've created a really realistic mockup. We've got a great looking picture and wall art piece and design by using Midjourney. We're now ready to create our listings on Etsy and make thousands of dollars every month. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.